What up, my freaks? RuinusInsight here with part 20, I want to say 5 of my Total War Warhammer 3 modded Tzarina Katarin Immortal Empires campaign. So as we saw last time, some stuff happened, but none of that was nearly as important, anywhere nearly as important, as the fact that we acquired materials at sea, which is a massive boon to our faction and to our economy, allowing us to build a massive amount of stuff. And in fact, between the episodes, I went ahead and ended a single turn since there were no battles to be had other than those like little mini auto-resolve battles, so I could do the building admin over the course of the 2 turns and cut down on it a little bit. Hopefully going forward this will mean we have a significantly reduced amount of admin, and it'll take us closer to the point where we can start pumping out new armies to take more territory and all that good stuff. Anyway, in terms of what we got to do this time around, we do still have to head towards Be'lakor. We are not yet at war with the Fecondites, but it looks like the orcs here are reacting to the fact that we declared war on them and took Marienburg, which I did between the episodes as well, since it had like 5 gobos in its garrison, and well, there was no point in actually fighting that. Anyway, let's start moving. I do believe there was a battle to be had somewhere, but damn me if I remember where it was. So, Tzarina Katarin. Now, you could head down to Cathay, but I think out of all of our armies, you're the most likely to have a decent shot at being able to fight Tamarkan on a relatively even footing, so I guess that's what you're gonna do. Head on down. Head on down, we don't need to be here anymore, and no, income from buildings. Well, I guess we don't need that really, but I have to double check. Anyway, Igor Talichev. Now, the question is to what to do with you. Oh, you know what we could do? We could fight the Crown of Claws battle with Mother Ostankia. Yeah, I like that idea. Wait, assuming that we send Igor Talichev out to sea, either to here, if we send Kastalton to deal with Be'lakor, alright, yeah, that's what we'll do. You're going to march stance and you're going to go out here, head out to sea. Of course, we'll have Sorka Gospodar follow you at least for now. She can keep leeching XP until she has sufficient XP to wield her own army, etc, etc, etc. Then, who's up next? Is it Mother Ostankia, Vladimir, Pervat? I gotta send Snowball and Mittens somewhere. I took them out of the army because we had the Cold Heart and the other Frostworm here, and we're gonna take out some things in the woods to get some Incarnate Elemental of Beasts, but we should make use of these guys. The question is where. I suppose what we could do is temporarily pop them into Recruiter Gaspar's army. He is still using them after all. I'm a little bit wary of sending you out to sea like this. Oh, but we can't go out to sea by Varg camp. Alright, fine. Go like this. I think that should keep you reasonably safe. And there we go, that actually should put you close enough to be defended if needed. Lovely. Now, Mother Ostankia, we're going to want you to move down here to deal with Griebitz, because it looks like he's moving towards us here. We do have a recruiter with a few forces here, but it won't be enough. So, let's start by fighting your battle for the Crown of Claws here. It's been a long time, it feels, since we've done a quest battle, so it's about time that we do. Let us give this a read. Mother Ostankia's eyes glaze over as she is suddenly overcome by a torrent of whispers from the spirits of the land. In hallucination, she scries a cave somewhere in the distant mountains, where deep within sits a cavern of rare ice crystals, a place thrumming with the ancient magic of the land concentrated in dozens of glimmering stalagmites and stalactites. A single shard of one of these formations could be a powerful centerpiece for Ostankia's crown, augmenting her influence over the spirits who facilitate her frightening spells. Yet as she drifts out of her vision, she also makes out a cacophony of monstrous roars, shrieks, and howls. Something feral awaits. Well, let's see what feral awaits. It's some dark elves. The enemy bounce power is still stronger than ours. Sounds like that's going to be a lot of enemy reinforcements. Sounds like a fun time, though, so away we go. I don't think we need to do anything, or we're already in the screen, so I'm not going to do anything. Close to feet. Ooh, hello. We got feral carnosaurs, we got cold one knights, and we got more reinforcements expected, huh? Okay, this should be pretty interesting, actually. The kitties are going to have to work overtime, that's for sure, but they're going to have a tough time against the feral Carnos. Interesting, interesting. It does sound like a fun battle, though. Before we get started, unfortunately, we didn't quite reach the engagement threshold this time around, and we've been hovering on the edge over the last few episodes. I'll still do the hour-long episode this time around, but if this episode doesn't reach 300 likes and 50 comments, we'll start dropping the episode length back to standard 30-40-minute episodes, as we would normally. So keep that in mind if you're into the hour-longs, and don't forget to drop those likes and comments below. But for now, Stankia, let's see the battle here. Oh, a little bit more reading to do as well. The spirits of the old land have revealed a great power to Astankia, but alas, her prize is under threat. A black ark has been spotted nearby, dark elves from Nagaroth searching for new beasts to tame. They have already made their way inland and are dangerously close to the crystals she has come to harvest. Or perhaps the cave harbors something else.
A great reservoir of magic lurks below, revealed to me by the spirits of home. The entrance is close, but so too come the three beastmasters, just as foretold. The Nagarothi are as children in their weakness to corruption by power. They may cower behind their beast of burden, but they must never enter that cave. To the spirit realm with you, creatures! I will send your masters into that dirt. Then at the last, the cave's guardian to slay. Fire up my cauldron, daughters. You know the tales about me. About Mother Ostankia and her curses and her cauldron. Take heart, because the enemy does not. But I will teach them well.
Alrighty, here we go. Now, right off the bat, I just want to say I did mess up in this particular battle pretty massively. As you can see, we didn't deploy our army. This is just how the game deployed them. I accidentally misclicked the, the thing where it's just like start battle, start deployment. I accidentally misclicked start battle, and thus no deployment was done. Our units of things in the woods aren't vanguard deployed to, for example, flank the enemy, and etc., etc. etc. So, we're just going to have to deal. This is probably going to make the battle much more difficult, as we're thus in the center, and we should have been deployed either to this side or this side to crush one of the three enemy armies with our entire force, hopefully before their reinforcements arrive, especially the scary ones like those feral carnosaurs, and we'll see how effective they're going to be. Now, it doesn't show on the side of this because it's a quest battle, but there are goals to be achieved. There we go, that's the word. Good job, Ruinous. Goals to be achieved in this particular battle. Namely, the enemy has 3 lords here. Looks like they're all masters. 3 lords which control their armies. It says that if you rout the lords, the reinforcements, and I don't think it specifies, but presumably their armies as well, will rout. Unfortunately, this is a job for our kitties. Snuggles the Snowcat will lead the charge together with the rest of our leopards, and they will hopefully surround and kill off those enemy masters. Hopefully they will surround rather than knocking them around, and we'll buff them up further with the Vissen's Wild Form, giving them both armor and a pretty big increase of melee attack. There we go. Assassin units doing the whole assassin thing, and the enemy lord quickly starts losing HP down to half now, and the units of Sisters of Slaughter around him are having a pretty bad time of it as well. There we go. The first of the enemy units, our lords, will rout, and we will have to turn to the second. But the enemy reinforcements are here. Feral bears are getting absolutely bodied by the leopards and the things in the woods, especially with the Stank & Co. helping out. But our units are starting to take quite a bit of damage. Mordheim Beowulfs, for example, to the feral carnosaurs. They are also anti-large specialized. And I would imagine a feral carnosaur would be able to obliterate a ice worm fairly easily. We do have to watch out for that sort of thing. Just gotta keep those Carnosaurs and whatever else we can distracted along. And I'm gonna activate Goliath to heal up the units, especially that Frostworm and Co. While under attack by the Carnosaurs. Mordheim Beowulf's gonna have to get those the heck out of there, as they have taken much damage already. Out here, the next enemy master is under attack by our Assassin Kitties, and fairly effectively as well, as this Lord is also down to about half HP, and will rout as well. And we can see reinforcements were coming in, a Feral Troglodon and another Feral Bastillodon, and they rout as soon as the enemy Lord does. There is one more third master in there somewhere, and by the looks of it, even more reinforcements are making their way onto the field. We are taking damage, and quite a bit of it on several of our units. Yeah, those Feral Carnosaurs are absolutely being menaces, but yeah, I blame myself for this one and misclicking the deployment. But you just gotta deal with it. And hopefully we can win this battle without having, well, thought it through. We've been able to deploy in such a manner as to give ourselves the advantage. We have blobbed up now and given ourselves that Vison's Wild Form, bumping up that armor and that damage. The third Lord is somewhere in here. And is that a Cold One Dread? It's just Cold One Knight. Well, the third Lord is somewhere in here and being attacked, rest assured. But this is blob tactics by necessity, as we have specific targets to focus down. I think the third, oh, there it is. Third master is down here, and, or is that the fourth master? Some of them are rallying, but the rallying of them doesn't actually do anything, in the sense that as soon as they rally, the units that were routing don't come back. Anyway, it looks like with the masters out, the lords are routed. It's now time for the kitties to focus down those darn Carnosaurs. I do wonder, if I were to play this battle again, whether it would have been more effective to actually force all the kittens to obliterate the Carnosaurs first, and then focus the rest of the enemy units down, because I do think that the Carnosaurs were by far the biggest threat on the field in this particular battle. I suppose these reinforcements would have then been able to enter the fray, but they weren't Carnosaurs, being a Troglodon and a Basti, so there is that. I don't know. Either way, it looks like most of the masters are out, and there we go. The final enemy master has arrived, a High Beast Master, to be specific. Chaos Frost Dragon, former Frostworm, together with the High Beast Masters appear to be, or High Beast Master, appear to be the only thing on the field. At least the only thing that's left, with the other three having routed. Not a problem, as we will be able to take care of 2 units without too much trouble, I wager, with the Frost Leopards, or Snow Leopards. There we go. Chaos Dragon very, very quickly starts losing its HP and dropping down by about 25%. Here come the rest of our units, and now down to 50%. And we're gonna send half the Snow Leopards to kill off the enemy Frostworm, and the other half to kill off the enemy Master, who's also down to half. Down goes the Frostworm, and the High Beast Master will follow, appropriately torn apart by beasts. There we go. Down goes the Beastmaster, and with that, the battle is ours. We did, as you just saw at the end there, completely backed away the things in the woods here. A lot of them were very badly damaged from being in the middle of that blob, and frankly, to this point in time, they were more likely to get in the way of killing those units, wherein the Snow Leopards were doing that work. So it was best to just keep them away and not have them interfere or get hurt more. There we go. Nice battle. All things, well, the deployment aside. Alright, there we go, an actual fairly tough quest battle there. Funnily enough, the Frostworms weren't particularly useful in that fight. It was the cats that did it for us, assassinating each individual lord and what beasts they needed to, and forcing the rest to rout as well. Quite nice. Good kitties, every single one of you. I guess the battle would have actually been easier if we had 2 more cats instead of the frostworms in that particular situation. Though I also admit that it would have been a lot easier if I didn't screw up the deployment and actually properly deployed everybody. But all good, all good. Pardon the captives, and Astankia will get her Crown of Claws, giving her a missile resistance ability, which is going to be quite useful, and tons of missile resistance for herself, which is great because she has, well, like all the witches always get focused down. Anyway, Astankia, you're going this way. A, to knock out the gobos, and B, you, with your anti-healing capabilities, are going to be useful for defeating Festus, to whom we will, who we are going to go after. Anyway, Fate of the Interlopers, Curse of the Ancient Witch. What else do we have here in terms of options? Let's get the Curse of the Ancient, well... You know what, we are casting periodically, so let's get Fate of the Interlopers. It's not a particularly good passive sometimes. It really depends, right? Spell resistance is okay. And for this particular army, funnily enough, it's just that spells aren't super threatening to it, so there is that. But anyway, well done, everybody. Let's see who else needs to move this particular turn, though there shouldn't be too much to do. You guys are waiting Borisursus, Castelton. Yes, alright, so you, my friend, are actually going to sail out. I was going to have you take Grungzint, but I think it's too dangerous to just attack Bellicor like that. What we're going to do instead is we're going to move towards him, like so, and then we will meet up with this little army once we have the war drum and the rest of the stuff that's needed for Castelton's army, so he can head there with a full stack. Since we do have a little bit of spare cash, though, we'll take, for example... Kreml officer or Stanitsa defender. Doesn't really matter over much. I really wish that we had... we have another Stanitsa defender here. Let's go for the Kreml officer, I guess. Then again, it's not like we're only going to use this guy potentially to defend. The main thing that we want to do with you, sir, is get you a bunch of Kossars, like basic Kossars, just enough to conquer this place. I wish they weren't so expensive. I guess we could reduce their costs a little bit with a Step Shepherd, if I can find one. Up here. Actually, you know what? Demetrius can take him from you, then do... How much do these guys cost in terms of global recruitment? Still a fair bit. I don't want to waste all our money like that. We just need enough to be able to knock out this number of Chaos Warriors and stuff. Hopefully they don't get a Lord up and running by then, but we shall see. Alright, let's make 3 more, and then 5,000 gold. It's a little bit steep. No, we can wait. I think we have better things to use our money on, especially as we have other places where we will be recruiting, like here in Kislev. So you can have that Step Shepherd back, though. For how long? I know not. Alrighty, Castelton, you're moving to Bellicor. Hopefully you can knock him down, take Conquata. We'll need to use it as a base to defend against the Slaneshi, who are inevitably going to come at us from... phrasing. From the donut. Anyway, anybody else need to do anything? I don't believe so, so we can end the turn. Alright. Skip, unassigned skill points, building upgrade available, outposts ignored. Can we get attacked anywhere? Possibly? Nah, I doubt it. This guy, well, more likely than not, he'll just try to run away because Malice is screwed. Oh, and this will be Malice's last stand as well, won't it? I forgot somebody. Oh, you're just one of the raiding dudes. Yeah, that's fine. You keep on raiding, sir. And, oh, damn, these guys are coming back. That's not great. It's not great, but we can move over there and sack the place with the actual army. No peace treaty for you, Malice. You really goofed. You could have had a massive amount of territory, sir, and you traded it for what? To be a very, very slight annoyance, never having taken any of our settlements or doing anything of consequence. And I think that would insult Malice more than anything. You move as far from this place as you can. And you're gonna be able to reach this guy here, eh?
Lord of all,
Alright, fine. You're gonna have to back off until this guy's ready, but not to worry, we have another army nearby. So, we're going to march stance you. Freebooter, constructor, wounded, who a level 30 frost witch got wounded right before. Oh, enemy agents, you're being really annoying. Oh, they are being really, really annoying, aren't they? We really needed that mage for this particular battle, eh? Damn. And of course the one time they try is the one time they succeed. Ottoman administrators, sure. You're going to, I guess, go into Motherland stance. Now the question is, can we win this battle without the hero? Probably can, but with massive amounts of casualties. The enemy Dark Shards are going to be a problem because they're shielded and they will absolutely win a shootout against these guys. But, well, what can you do? We do have additional or extra units here, so should still be able to pull it off. So we'll fight that in a second, and we'll probably have to wait until the witch revives before we start attacking, Sigvald's stuff. You. I assume are heading to the Longship Graveyard, though by the looks of it, Elendelling is chasing you. You're gonna head here, Recruiter Talichev. And I'm going to assume that the enemy won't be able to conquer this with you here. They can't take Castle Alexandrinov because its defenses are up, and the same with the Bay of Blades. I'll probably also kill these Wood Elves just because they're shit. I don't like them. Castelton. You need to meet up with this guy, so you go as far as you can. Like so. And let's just hope that Nakari doesn't have a full stack nearby there. What is this? Oh, right. Between the episodes, I decided to start training a new Ice Witch, because Orion. Wellity. Wasn't expecting that, but, well, there's also a decent likelihood that we might get into a war with the Wood Elves, but, well, let's hope that he doesn't take Nquata at the very least itself. We'll have to see about the rest. Anyway, Castelton, I would like you to move here, and we're gonna swap some stuff around. A war drum will be very, very helpful here. Alright, now we need to figure out who has to go where. So 1, 2, 3. We need to get rid of, I guess, these two Streltsy. I mean, it'll be 2 less Streltsy, but I think it'll be fine. The single Yipiska battalion to reinforce Castelton, an extra Patriarch, and the War Drum will power up the rest of the Streltsy to compensate for the loss of these two. Plus, these are the non-Bardiche Streltsy, and they have less range, so I prefer to keep the longer range ones. Anyway, exchange units, please. And do we need to send these two Streltsy somewhere? Oh, you know what? We can have them sail down and join this army, and use that to take Bellicor's little territory there. Now, Ice Court training. You. For cavalry, I'm gonna say Tempest Lore because of Swiftwing, perhaps? Although Heart of Winter and Emergency... Well, no, I'm gonna say Tempest. Alright, we'll see. More likely than not, we won't get too much out of that, but we'll give it a try. Anyway, Tzarina Katarin, you are up next. Or, oh, wait, we have an Ottoman thing. You, sir. What do you have? A Horse Comrade, recruit rank for cavalry, Perjure, casualty or punishment rate. I guess recruit rank for cavalry. And we have another one of these things. What do you have for us? Favors cavalry versus favors infantry. Now, you currently have nothing specific towards either one. And frankly, we probably wouldn't be using you to recruit either one, but generally speaking, you recruit more infantry than you do cav, so we will endorse foot. Alright, and now that looks good. And it's... Just like Gotrek having been killed by level 5 Gabo, a level 30 Frost Witch got killed for the first try by a level 6 Master. And that seems ridiculous, because when I try to do that, or when the player tries to assassinate stuff that is much higher level, it's usually like 1% to succeed or something like that. A lot of the time when there's a high level disparity. But anyway, no big deal. We will deal. I'm gonna risk march stancing and hoping that Tamarkan isn't right there to attack us while we're in march stance. But if he is, and Tzarina Katarin will have to work to survive. Alright, and I don't see him here. Oh, also, speaking of Tzarina Katarin, you can go back on the Ice Court sled. Like so.
I guard Kislev.
It is a unique mount after all, and I still feel like we should be using it, as I'd feel bad. Okay, you're gonna fight, but I'd want to move everybody else around, or at least some of us around, before we go. Now, here's a question. What do we do with Mr. Victor Zambin? And now, Tzarina Katarin will probably take out Tamarkan and then move to the Servants of the Conclave, because that's going to be a huge fight there. Full stack from Gorth the Cruel and a massive garrison, and Jarna Grund. You could move in to support Katha, because... yeah, I think Iragne, while he could handle himself, will need to send some more troops down there, so let's do that. Move on that way. I mean, I suppose if the Goldtooth declare war on us, then we'll need to move down there, but the Goldtooth seem pretty reasonably friendly so far. So we shall see. Medora and Asinov, you have two things to do. First of all, get your second Dodge's Hearthblades. There we go, looking very nice. And march stance all the way out here. I doubt that these guys are going to attack you. At least I hope not. Really depends on him. Oh, well, we have to cross this lava river anyway. And minus 22 now, but they'll attack this guy. Wait, what if we move you into march stance? Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna send you out here. And I'm gonna hope this guy will continue recruiting and stay here rather than giving chase to these guys, because Medora and Osinov is coming. I think that'll be the better way to handle this. It's not like that guy can be replaced by Tamarkan after all, because he is still alive. No doubt that Goldtooth would have a very difficult time if he can do so at any rate. We also... wait. You're telling me the Frostworm doesn't give you siege attacker? No, that can't be the case. No. Frostworms do have siege attacker. Wait, I need an army with a Frostworm. You. Yeah, they do. Beledna. You're on a Frostworm. Where is siege attacker? Please tell me that this isn't the case. Let's find out. You have got to be kidding me. Regular Frostworms have siege attacker, but a Frostworm used as a mount for a lord doesn't confer siege attacker upon said lord. That is unfortunate. That is tremendously unfortunate. Well, nothing we can do about it. Let's hope we don't get assassinated again. You don't have siege attacker, do you? No. I didn't think you would, but, you know. Alright, well, Iragne, I guess you can channel for the turn. Staying here, Bloodwind Keep. I'm a little bit salty about that, but... oh well, we're all in the same boat. No siege attacker for anybody. Alright, let's keep going. Vladimir Mikheyev. Okay, yeah, let's keep moving, then we'll fight. We'll separate the army moves between the building, and then we'll fight to that when we can. Igor Talichev. I guess you're going this way, right? He's got the Curse of Cannibalism on you as well. We could land, like, right here and then start working backwards while this guy works forward. Might be a decent way. You go to the Mysterious Island, then everybody else, or, well, at least Sorka can follow. Like so, and then you are going this way. Alright, Mysterious Island, Mushroom Stew, what did that give you? It gave you Mathland's Blessings, so now you have that and the Curse of Cannibalism, so you should be able to take that Fortress of the Damned with no issue whatsoever. Alright, who's up next? Mother Ostenka, we moved you last turn. You are heading towards some gobos, so away you go. Next, Demetrius Sokin, you're about to recruit. Let's just make sure that we complete everything else. You keep stealing tech forever. And I did get some new... oh, another failure. Well, that's Beledna for you, hardly surprising. Are you able to reach any new settlement? You're not quite able to, unfortunately, which is a shame. Alright, Tech Thief 1, go here. You. Try to steal tech from here. Yeah, success, very nice. And you're gonna fail if you try. Well, 7%, I'm not willing to risk it at any rate. Move you, I guess, this way as well. Have the two of you start stealing tech from these territories. We need more tech thieves. Our research is so slow with Kislev because we have nothing that gives us additional research except tech thievery, and tech thievery is difficult because we didn't have frost maidens for a while, and the others are very expensive. All right, you two go down here. All right, now Dmitry Sokin. Did I give you back that step shepherd? I think I did.
Not one step backward.
I did. Alright, so what I want you to do is to recruit 4 Zargard with shields, 2 Zargard with great weapons, 2 Acolytes of Ursun, let's say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 little Groms. That's 15 units, 14 units. Let's do a quick little count. 14 units, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 14. Perfect. Alright. Now you no longer need that step shepherd. Then, did I take away your step shepherd? Isn't that nice to have money to be able to recruit? Yeah, so we're gonna send your stuff to that particular army. Didn't necessarily need to use that guy to recruit, but, you know, it's fine. Oh, damn, I was hoping to take Bloodkeep this particular turn to have Urogny and Beledna start recruiting as well, but I guess we can't do that right now, because it also warranted sending the Sataman this way, but I guess we can't do that either. Oh, well, what you gonna do? No, build some buildings here. 3 more turns, unless I'm mistaken, in materials at sea. Gotta keep putting it to as much good use as we possibly can. Eerie Woods here, and I guess Eerie Woods here. Oh, I think there was somewhere else that I wanted to build a bunch of Eerie Woods. Here, wasn't it? Yes. There used to be churches here, but now since we're building them in the Chaos Territories, former Chaos Territories, I guess, we can make some use of them here. Also, you need to keep stealing tech.
Kislev claims their secrets.
As does everybody. Alright, nice, another success. Who else can move? If there's nobody, we can do the fight. Alright. And we can do the fight then. Well, diplomacy. Because I'll forget. Doesn't look like there's much to be said about the diplomacy either. Ooh, Krakadrin finally wants military alliance. Oh, have they finally lost the deadlock? Well, they haven't lost it, but they just took Castle Tempelhof and are surrounded by 3 undead armies and are in march stance. Possibly 4 undead armies. I expect he will lose his main stag here. Yeah, I'm gonna hold off on that military alliance. What I'm wary of is him declaring war on Draika and then forcing us into that unnecessarily. Also, what does this say? Just to capture Cliff of Beasts. Yeah, we're working on it. Oh, the game is probably giving us that for the random hero loss. Anyway, what do you have or what are you missing? I guess time to go through Deadly Blades, sir. Definitely gonna need it. Try to survive without the mage dishing out massive amounts of damage. You just got impassioned. We don't really care about blessing discs, but we do care about enduring devotion, so we'll probably want to head towards it. Wild-eyed. And you're probably kind of in the same boat, impassioned into wild-eyed next turn. You.
It cements my power.
You don't need to get your points. You already have firing drills, so you can just go into Leader of Renown, because after all, you are a recruiter. Alright, go. Field battle. Blackguard of Nagron, 4 artillery pieces. Okay, yeah, so our mage would have been able to deal with those with ease. We're going to have to try to do that somehow without the mage. Let's give it a shot.
Your children will grow old and fat thanks to your bravery this day.
Alrighty, here we go. Now, this is probably going to be a toughie. Unlike the battle against Malice Darkblade's main stack, which was only like 3/4 of a stack, we are outnumbered here, or at the very least, we are outclassed by enemy units. And the enemy has a bunch of shades and dark shards, and especially the shielded dark shards. I don't know how many Kossars it would take to win in a shootout against a unit of ranged dark shards, but it's probably two at least. Well, nah, there's no way that... Nah. More likely 3. I mean, the Dark Shards have 50 armor and a silver shield as well, which would be very tough for the non-armor piercing missile damage of the Khazars to get through, generally speaking. Either way, that'll be for them. But since this is going to be a tough battle, we're going to take a little bit of a page out of Tzarina Katarin's army's book and do the whole divide and conquer thing. So we're going to separate our army. The war sleds will now travel together with the command squad, while all of the Khazars wait back here and hopefully out of range of the enemy artillery. We also have a minute and 20 seconds until reinforcing piles of Khazars arrive, but hopefully we can peel away sort of part of the enemy army while we move in the rest of ours and try to hunt down and destroy those artillery pieces. They're obviously going to be the target, but it does look like the enemy has moved a couple of them away from us, which didn't quite work out as I wanted it. Now, this Reaper Bolter, however, is very much up for grabs, and we will charge 4 of the 2 Patriarchs and our Lord and follow with 1 of the Frost Worms, while the other one heads directly for the enemy Doomfire Warlocks with the War Sleds supporting. War Sleds going to charge on in and start attacking Dark Riders and Doomfire Warlocks alike, as they're quite good against light cavalry. And here come a few more. Just got to be careful about the Streltsy firing into our own units rather than the enemy, because, well, the armor-piercing damage from our own units is more threatening to us than the damage from the enemy's light cav. Alright. Looks like all the cav have arrived in fairly decently sized piles. We do have the Frost Worm leading the charge and holding back the Doomfire Warlocks, but the Dark Riders with shields have pretty much collapsed. One of our units of Light Horses did get damaged, losing about half of its HP, presumably from the charges of the enemies, but it hasn't lost a single model, and we can simply move in where it can get a heal from the rest of our army. This is, as I said, however, a divide and conquer sort of battle, so while we've divided the enemy army in half and are conquering the right flank, the left flank is having much more trouble. Khazars in a fight with Dread Spears are getting absolutely ripped apart, and damn, Dread Spears have 51 melee attack? Kind of impressive. And this is without Murderous Prowess active. 51 melee attack on Dread Spears. Huh, what are the... I guess they have higher veterans, just very slightly higher veterancy than the Bleak Swords, but either way, the Khazars have no chance here. In fact, they're basically doing no damage to the Dread Spears or Bleak Swords and are getting ripped apart, but they're here to hold the line. They're the disposable units, and we got more coming where that came from. Our Khazars that are not holding the melee line are going to focus down the Dark Shards, but the unshielded Dark Shards, as it would be a waste to use all of our missile fire on the shielded ones as well. And we got a few units of other Khazars moving around to hopefully attack the enemy artillery if we can't get through to them by looping around the enemy with the Lords and stuff, or to fire on the Dark Shards with shields and shoot them in the back / the sides instead. Alrighty, back to the action. The enemy cavalry have pretty much been destroyed by the war sleds now, and we are peeling away to start hitting the enemies in the flanks. The damaged war sleds are fighting together with the command squad so that they can keep leeching those heals away from them, but other units are going to peel away. The Frost Worm moving through the enemy lines, using its mass to head directly towards the enemy artillery pieces. We gotta silence these damn things, and I think they won't be able to do anything about the Frost Worm. Out here, several of our units of Khazars have taken massive amounts of damage. These two, well, this one's in Dire Blood and running away, and this one's just being forcefully peeled away. While we've sent in spare units of healthy Khazars to hold back the tide. They will not win, and they will similarly get obliterated by Bleak Swords and by the Dread Spears, though with the second Lord arriving, he should at least be able to rack up a decent kill count on the relatively basic units of Dark Elves. We've also been trying to focus down the Dark Shards with shields for a while now. Ooh, yeah, keep turning for us to ignore your shields. Good. Alright, it looks like they're attempting to react to the presence of the War Sleds, the Frostworm, and the other unit of Kossars back here. Looks like the enemy Murderous Prowess does activate, but we've got pretty good positions now, firing on the enemy from various directions. The enemy artillery has been silenced, and the War Sleds are now going after the shades so that they cannot fire either. Looks like with Murderous Prowess active, though, several of the enemy units that were previously routing have returned, and we'll have to do a little bit of kiting with our light War Sleds. Once again, we are outnumbered here, and we do have to be careful. Our command squad's now focusing down the enemy lord, who appears to be a high beastmaster. I didn't check because it wasn't really relevant. And they should be able to knock him out fairly quick, which will hopefully give us enough of a sufficient morale shock, or the enemy a sufficient morale shock, to bring them down. Looks like with the arrival of our second lord and the additional units of Kossars, the enemy main line that was attacking our own fragile Kossar line has collapsed, and it looks like the bounce power has shifted to about 90% in our favor. The enemy lord is booking it on out of their shades and artillery alike silenced. Our War Sled's still riding around causing havoc, though by the looks of it, without need to do so any longer. And there we go. With that, the battle hours, and a very nice one to that, in my opinion. Sorry to these Kossars, but you're here to potentially be sacrificed, so you served your purpose. Ooh, alright. Well, the Kossars had a bit of a tough time, but at least the War Sleds were running rampant in the background, causing absolute havoc, and between the two Frostworms and the other single entities, keeping them not dying due to the debuff stacking, we were able to pull it off without the mage. All that channeling for nothing, and a last desperate gambit from Malice fails, destroying his faction for good. No need for the Feathered Foe Torque. And yes, a need for the Smuggler. A Relic Sword, a Vagabond, Eternal Lagoon secured, and Hag Grief destroyed. You screwed yourself, Malice, as you have a tendency to do. Magic Words of Climate Change once more, and let's get those tusks up and running and delete the Step Archer building as well. You two, keep on moving, and I guess we'll have to wait until the mage revives and to get him into this army. Alright. Very nice. Now, I believe that was the last thing that we needed to do in terms of non-building type things, so let's do a little building. Shouldn't be all that much here. Good, and good, and... Well, let's go for the Eerie Woods here, since we started building those pretty much everywhere. More... I forget... Okay, wait. I'm just wondering whether I besieged... Oh, right, we besieged with Urogny because he... Plus 42, damn. We besieged with Urogny because he couldn't... because Beledna didn't get Siege Attacker for some bizarre reason. Oh, wow. Market Square for you. This is Chaos Land, so yeah, let's upgrade the church. The upgrade doesn't really do anything for us, but, you know, just because. Just because we have it, and just because I don't want to see the, build this icon pop up. You will need that Obsidian Quarry. Let's upgrade you as well, and, Serpent Jetty, oh, why am I looking here? This is, that's the stuff being built is in Norska. You can have the Alchemy Workshop and the Taverns, as well as the money thing. And we're getting close to that being it for the building, which is nice. Alright, get you up to tier 2, Church, Market, Eastern Steps, you're up next, Market, and... I mean, I guess we could do Church. Yeah, go for the Church, since we did delete several just now. And more markets for you, Chimera Plateau. And oh, you gotta love materials at sea. It's all so cheap and so easy to build. Marienburg up to the next tier as well. Ain't that lovely? We do, however, want to... Wait. We have several places that were impregnated, like you. How many more turns? Oh, 2 turns. Okay, so I guess we can't touch you or do anything about that. Alright, there's another Ataman thing, or by Ataman thing I mean we have another one as an option. I'm not going to bother milling through them, so let's just get one with, I don't know, growth or control. I think honestly our control is pretty good, plus 42. So we can probably feel free to just get control, or growth rather, and pop it somewhere where the growth is relatively low. It's going to be pretty low in a lot of chaos territories, at least off the bat. I can put some there. Oh, and of course the next guy is a money guy, but well, what can you do? Anyway, just double check diplomacy, and I know I already checked it this turn, but once again, we're gonna do so again. Oh, look at that. The Black Pit tribe on peace now. I wonder, will they run from us and attempt to attack Recruiter Talichev, or will they attempt to attack Ellen Delling here? Skip, outpost upgrade available. We do have the money, but I think we'll upgrade it once we are ready, in the sense that once the materials at sea are gone, I'd rather not waste them. Still salty about this. End turn. Wait, did I move the heroes? Yes, I did. Let's see if anybody can attack us. Maggot Host, not close enough to Tzarina Katarin. I still wonder if Tamarkan's still sitting there. You want us to join war against the puppets of Misrule? We will do so in probably a few turns, once we actually get to the Red Fortress. Sounds more coordinate than Tzeentchen, to be perfectly honest. But that's just Tzeentchen trickery for you. Shadow Legion's still alive, so not knocked out by Orion as yet, and we're good. Alright, Supervisor ready for duty. Someone receives... Oh, for the love of... Into Kislev. Into bloody Kislev itself. And it's probably going to get transferred to this army too, and we can't undo relief columns, unfortunately, because we need it for the recruitment, otherwise it'll take 8 million years, so whatever. Oh. Actually, if I had gotten you two to join this army, we could temporarily give you Step Shepherds and reduce these costs slightly. I'm just not sure I care that much. Let's keep moving. Let's keep moving. Alright, so you are probably going to try to hit Pack Ice Bay, and most likely you will do so successfully, I'm willing to bet. We just can't get to it until... Oh. Actually, can we? Well, sort of. We can hit Pack Ice Bay with Castelton. It'll mean that he won't get it to attack Bellicor for a turn or so, but that's fine. I think I can live with that. Ooh, Festus, a little bit concerned about you, sir. Let's... I mean, we could get the breastworks up and running. I'm just not sure it'll be up and running by the time... Oh, actually, if Festus wants to take Gorcel and Dar now and not declare war on us, that actually works for us. You know, I'm going to risk the Cinnabar mining, but no, we need the growth building. The fact is, the place is otherwise going to grow too slowly. And you know what? I think we'll uncollect the income here just to increase the growth even further. Just gotta get Erengrad up and running. You too. Or, wait. Nah, you can still head down here. Help this guy defend if needed. We shall see. Huh, that got reduced. Ice Court training. You got anything interesting? Fighter and Martial Magician. Let's get Fighter, I guess. No real need to bother training Frost, or not Frost, which is the Frost Maidens, simply because we still don't have capacity for them. Tamarkan, are you still here is my question for you. Let's move in regular stance or channeling stance, since Tzarina Katarin lost a bunch of mana, and yes, Tamarkan is still right there. I'd love to take Titan's Notch, but we should probably knock Tamarkan out. And frankly, we could just trade this to... Well, I mean, it would still be part of our empire, I guess. Now, this guy's a lot of these damn camps everywhere. We could probably... If we were to trade it, he'd probably be willing to go for the defensive alliance. He really doesn't want a military alliance, though, surprisingly. Go figure. Alright. Oh, wellity. Vladimir Mikheyev and Recruiter Gaspar. Well, I guess you are going to start raiding all the way out here in the Decadent Hosts territories. They're not going to be too happy about it, but I don't see why we'd care. And you, sir, are going to trade the Mittens and Snowball to this army. We're going to put them in another army, most likely, as this isn't a real army, but for now, just because this guy is wasting our time, and we will do that. Alright, how is our Boris situation? Alright, so this guy is indeed chasing after these two. But that is allowing Mr. Madornasinov to cross here. He should really attempt to defend the Tower of Torment instead of whatever he's doing here. As will otherwise sack it. And the sacking will probably take it over the edge. Alright, you guys are going to return to Stormvrak Mount. We'll see if this guy continues to give chase with the limited amount of troops that he has. In fact, you can loop around this way. It'd just be as annoying as physically possible. Also, damn, we're only at 220 devotion now. The commandments are costing us 30 devotion per turn, folks. It's gonna be difficult to get Salyak up and running when it's going to cost us 1,000 devotion to get the next level. But oh well. You, sir, you've got places to be. Gotta get you out of the Chaos Waste as well so that you don't lose your... or you don't get the... I don't remember the name of the trait, but there's a negative Chaos trait that you can get for being around there. Assuming that Kislev can get it. Can we auto-resolve this game? It looks like we can. We're probably going to take damage doing so. Grimgor has 2 territories remaining, and he'll have a minor settlement back here in the Foundry of Bones. I think we can... just pop you into a camp. I think we can risk the auto-resolve. Let's hope it's not a crazy amount of damage. Alright, that's good enough. It's good enough. I'm happy with that. Occupy. And no Charmed Shield for Beledna. She's now at rank 20, which is quite nice as well. Another Earthring Rod, and the steps are ours. Okay, so this is now important. Urogny, what we need to do is this. You will stay in camp stance and start moving this way. What's the likelihood that there's a full stack here? I mean, the likelihood exists. But we need to start recruiting your bears, and the way to do that is this. You're gonna go out here. We are going to... Yeah, okay, he's got nothing. Go for the magic wards of climate change here. We need to get another Temp Lord up and running. I guess that'll be you, Mistress Stanitsa Defender. And you're gonna be the one to recruit rather than using Beledna to do it. Urogny. We need to give the Steppe Shepherds back to your heroes. We're going to temporarily transfer them here. Then we're going to take the Ataman that's here, that has the recruitment reduction by 10% for everybody. And we're going to pop him into the Eastern Steppes. There we go. And we'll use him to help with the recruitment there. Perfect. Alright, who is up next? Now that we've dealt with that situation. Igor Tselichev. You are going to land at the Fortress of the Damned, but it looks like you won't be able to do so this turn, so we'll just wait the turn. And Sorka, you can keep following him. We can just reset Sorka later. Alright, how are these guys? Okay, that was this turn? Yeah, okay. Mother of Stankia. Well, if we're going to send you to Bellicor, we'll send the Stankia down here. I don't know. She should have bonuses for fighting in forests. We could have her take Lorelorn first, or Dietershofen. Land at the Altar of the Crimson Harvest first, I guess, or head out to sea. It shouldn't really matter much. Out to sea, I guess. I don't get any bonuses from starting in our own territory, so why not? Also, Recruiter Talichev. By the looks of it, since this army is no longer a threat... You can head back here. And maybe even take Norden, because, well, I'm not sure that the enemy can defend it. Hopefully none of these guys die, but we'll find out. And don't die. Failure. Don't die. Failure is still acquiring XP, so it's... I mean, it's not fine, but it's fine. And, ooh, 7%. Oh, man, alright, we're gonna have to swap you guys out a little bit. Steel Tech. And just give it a try. If you die, we'll replace you, I guess. 1% to get wounded is quite a bit, though. And success, and... Okay, you're gonna fail as well. You're the only one who succeeded. I guess you're not gonna become a failure. Okay. Scout man, Scout Hyojin, go here. Getting ready to start fighting these guys at the same time, but they're not the threat. Is the 3 Slaneshi factions together are going to be the threat, and we have yet to come into real contact with them. But it'll be fun. I like it when late in the game you have like a proper sort of empire to actually deal with. You, I guess, can use a little bit more money to keep recruiting. You know what? Let's get a few Kislevite warriors. If we have spare cash, I might get a few more from global recruitment as well. And I'm just not going to bother swapping the steppe shepherd around, just too lazy. Alright, you hit the... Whoa. 3%, that's fine. You have only 5 turns left of steel tech. Wow, you were at 11 at one point, meaning you failed a bunch of times. Come on now. At least you succeeded these time? These time indeed. Alrighty, next we have Diplo and we have building, and then we have next turnating. And ooh, why have we now just cited Eats Cult of Sotek? Neither one wants to trade with us, unfortunately. How powerful is Eats 14 settlements, eh? Not too bad. They're at war with the Thousand Maws and the Awakened, meaning the rats are most likely dead. Kind of interesting. Alright, Exiles of Nehek are fine. Carcassonne wants a defensive alliance. The reason I'm not doing that is because there's a decent likelihood that we start fighting with the Wood Elves. I mean, where else would we take good advantage of our forest bonuses from our hags? Nowhere that I can think of. Anyway, let's upgrade city for less than 1,000. Beautiful. And let's increase that hag capacity and money making from the Silent Groves. You can go upgrade yourselves as well. Unfortunately, these do reduce the growth and... Oh, wow, minus 10 control. Oh, it's from the camp. It's from the raiding. We have no way to reasonably increase that here, though. This is a bit of a shame. It's like the only territory we have that's losing control. Damn ogres. If we ally with them, does anybody know if we ally with them, does it negate the camp? If like a camp in friendly territory no longer does damage? I'm not 100% sure, I'm asking. 6 turns, you gotta be kidding me. Okay, we gotta move the turn reducer man here, who is, I believe, in Erengrad at the current time, though I was gonna recruit some stuff at Erengrad. No, actually, we'd have to recruit it elsewhere. We'd have to recruit at somewhere here. We want to get Beledna her stuff. Alright, it's gonna be a while before Erengrad upgrades to next tier. You are the construction time reducer. I think you're the only one we have, right? We have a lot of other types of reducers, but you might be the only construction time reducer, and thus you're gonna be needed down here. And potentially in the Chaos Wastes. Yeah, it's the only one we have. Oh well, go to Zorna School. It was Zorna School, right? Yeah, we want to reduce the time it would take to get these things up and running. You also don't have a farmstead. But I think in a main territory it might be the better option to build some of these things instead. Alright, so you can wait on that. Doomkeep, let's get you up and running next. Markets for you. And not the Hallowed Wood, but the farmstead. Blood Marshes. Stud Farm, Stone Sky Foothills, we got the Volery here, and let's upgrade one of you, it doesn't really matter which. More markets, more ports, and more churches in the Noisome Tumor. Hellspire Mount gotta counteract the negative devotion we're getting from all of this. Man, 30 per turn. Yep. Saliak, I fear that we won't be having you available for a while. Not while we're using the commandments. It is quite a bit of cost and devotion. But it is a fairly significant negation of debuffs, so can't complain too much. Anyway, another church for you, Bloodfire Falls. Let's get that salt up and running. More market buffs, and oh, until we have the Tower of Torment, there's not too much point in upgrading you. I mean, I guess we don't know how many turns it'll take to get this, because we still are going to have to wait for the rebellion, probably sack it, kill this guy, raid it some more, so yeah, fine, just do it. Just do it. And because we won't have materials at sea anymore. We have 2 more turns of it remaining, after all. Unless we find another materials at sea, and I'm definitely going to build an army to send out there to do just that, hopefully. Maybe a couple of armies, just some, like, Streltsy and stuff, just pirates. Whoa. Challenge Stone? No. No church in the main settlements. Only in minor settlements. We don't need those in main settlements. And Kadatha, you are the last, I believe. We'll start with the Gallows Tree, not the Plains of Zinbai Jin, simply because we want the lumber yard here for more farm income. Alright, so how many more turns are you recruiting for? 3. Fair bit. Alright. And unless I'm mistaken, there's nothing else to do, right? Right. You're all good. You're about to strike. We'll see where this guy goes. You will hit the Tower of Torment. And hopefully we get to fight Tamarkan next turn. Skip. You know what? Outposts, I think we can freely upgrade you. Ooh, Shenwu. Nah, that outpost is dead. Frankly, the only outpost that we should upgrade is this one in Pomei, because, well, out of the Cathan ones, because it's less likely to die. We do also have an outpost here in... Did I never build one? Fukheng is well defended, but the northern provinces have an outpost there. Temple of Elemental Winds is poorly defended. And there's really nowhere here we could build one where it's liable to survive. Maybe Baleful Hills? Guess we could try Baleful Hills. At the end of the day, at this point in time, we can now sacrifice the 2,000 gold. Visenland and Nuln. We have not enough allegiance with you to care about your outpost. Karakadrin, I thought we were in a defensive alliance. Oh, you need to be in a military alliance for the second tier. Yeah, alright. Well then, I guess we're good. Outpost upgrade available with these guys. Yeah, but that's the one that's the one that's dead. So it's the only one that's useless and the only one we can upgrade. And the turn. Well, let's see if I've forgotten anything. And let's see if Tamarkan attacks us. Whether he does or he doesn't, I suppose it doesn't matter over much, because we'll be attacking him either way and hoping that he provides us a glorious fight for Tzarina Katarin. Visenland, you will want a military alliance again? Don't bother. Man, Bretonnia collapsed hard. It's interesting. Bretonnia collapsed and Cathay collapsed and the High Elves all collapsed. Basically, all of our potential allies are dead and all of our potential enemies are strong. Kind of interesting. Ready for duty, a Vagabond, and that's it. Alright, let's see. Castalton. Wait, can this guy reach you? This guy's just running away. Oh, it's quite annoying, but, well, what can you do? Do we want to knock out the orcs first? We could head down here. Oh, look at that. Karl has reclaimed Mindenheim. And now there's nobody at our now. And he's sacked Gorcel, which is about to rebel as well. Okay, we'll figure we'll figure that out. As in what to do with it. Where is Tamarkan? He didn't run. Oh, beauty. But we can't reach him, can we? Not this turn. Huh. I wonder if we take Titan's Notch, would we be able to reach him next turn? Or this turn? Our Vigor will be screwy, though, and he would be able to reach us. Alright, fine. We're going to go here, and we're going to, I guess channel. The only option, really. It doesn't look like he's going to go for us, so... Let's just hope he doesn't run. Damn, I was really banking on being able to fight that this turn. But oh well. Now, what we have to do here... You're going to go into a camp, and you're going to go as far this way as you can. Like so. Yarogny. Just to double check, we've traded all the Steppe Shepherds to your guys, yes? Nikolai Pożarski and Radi Pożarski, and... Are they both Pożarskis? Huh, Pożarski family. I wonder if they have some kind of relation to Yarogny. Kind of interesting that we... not on purpose got two Pożarski guys in this particular stack. Anyway, temporarily, trade the troops to this... Oh, I guess it won't be temporary, will it? Man. Well, I guess we're gonna have to waste the turn then. Do this. Then... Why did I trade these guys? Damn it. Take these guys back. Then, how much do the bears cost now? Still 4.5k per. My lord, that's expensive. It's going to take 5 turns to recruit them or the Griffin Legion. Alright, well, 1, 2, 3, 4. We're not going to build a crazy amount of them here because, well, that's for Boris. You then can build... I wish I remembered how many of these acolytes. Do 4, because we can do 4. 5 will take 6 turns, and... I'm just gonna assume that this is enough. Because we can't recruit another. And if we have to, we'll do it later. Alright, then you are going to take back the heroes, which had the Steppe Shepherds, which you no longer need. Huh. I can't believe it's still 4.5k. They were 5.7k, and we reduced it by, what, at least 20% because of the Ataman and stuff. Oh well. You cannot reach the Foundry of Bones this turn, so you're gonna go all the way out here. You can't reach this army, can you? That's concerning. Maybe I shouldn't have moved you this close. I don't know. You might be able to, damn it. Alright, fine. Go back here. We should still be able to hit this next turn. I maybe should have done this in a slightly different manner, but, well, it's too late now. If you're in raiding stance, can you heal? Yes, you can. Just raid our own territory for a turn. Not a big deal. Now, I'm taking a look around. Do we have a battle available to us anywhere? Now, you guys are supposed to attack the Fortress of the Damned. You guys are supposed to attack the Twisted Towers, but the garrisons here are trash, and I can do that between the episodes rather than waste our time on that. I'd like a proper fight this time if we can get it. You're sure that you can't hit this guy, right? Yeah, damn. Alright, well, Castelton, then what we'll do is we'll give chase and we'll see where exactly he goes. You will nonetheless transfer these guys to Velasi here.
Commander of the soldiery.
Like so. And then you have no further purpose other than potentially you being a higher rank and thus a better army to take Grungzint as soon as we attack these guys, which will hopefully be shortly. Mother of Stankia. I guess you can land at Dietershofen. You don't necessarily need to attack it. And we'll see how Elendilling reacts to all this. I wonder if Elendilling is going to try to take our now, but I guess if we attack these Wood Elves, then yeah. Alright, you go here. You, Tech Thief. Steal from Norden one more time, and 9% to fail. That's... I don't like that. Can you steal from Dietershofen? Try it. Can you steal from Salzenland? And we'll ignore Norden. Success! Hey, and failure. Okay. Somebody is banking to become a critical failure now. You can 7%. Oh, that's not likely. You've only got one more turn, so I guess you're gonna have to give it a try and try not to die, and you will succeed. Hey, sometimes you just gotta try. Steel Tech. Lovely. And... okay, you know what? I should have probably started moving those heroes around at the end of the episode. Anyway, these things aren't real battles, so I'll do those between the episodes. You... okay, so the way we need to do this is this. You're gonna go here and raid this once more. And I really wanted to end the turn to see whether the Boris Ursus thing would work. And then you are going to go to the Tower of Torment and close victory, eh? Okay, I'm going to do this between the episodes as well and just sack it. It's a garbage little minor battle that's a waste of everybody's time. Let's see what else we've got available to us. Victor Zambin. Yeah, folks, I think by the looks of it, there isn't another battle remaining in this particular turn, at least as far as I can see. So instead, I think I'm going to call the episode here. I'll finish up the admin between the episodes, whether it be hero moving or whatnot, and then hopefully at the start of next episode we'll come back and get ourselves some proper fights. The recruiters have begun to recruit now. Beledna the Defender, as soon as we're done with the Orcs and the Red Fortress here, we will get her own army, and Recruiter Talichev will recruit it for her while we're waiting as well. And these two are going to be her patriarchs to heal up her elemental bears and frostworms and Ice Guard, which will all be good, I think. Anyway, folks, calling it here. Don't forget to leave those likes and comments below, especially to Threshold. All glory to the algorithm. And thanks for watching.